Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Kayla and I just found out not too long ago that I'm pregnant with baby number 4, and I wanted to make this video to kind of chat about the things that I did before trying to get pregnant, as well as kind of show you like my test progression and stuff like that and some of the symptoms and whatnot. So we're just gonna jump right into that. One of the first things that I decided I had wanted to do before trying to conceive was to establish a good workout routine. I also kind of wanted to prep my body for that and just get into a groove so that when I got pregnant I could just continue doing workouts and stuff. I've heard it said before that essentially when it comes to working out, even when you're pregnant, you can continue to do what your body was used to doing before you got pregnant. I've never looked into that to see if it's true, but like it kind of makes sense. But I did want to establish a routine and just get my body used to something already. So back at the end of January of this year, 2024, I started exercising. I started doing the exercise videos by Grow with Joe, and I started really slow because I was essentially a beginner at working out, and so I started slow and I was kind of doing those exercise videos 5 days a week. I was doing Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I would take off. Essentially, you want to have some rest days so your body can relax, and if you have any inflammation from working out, that can just kind of like settle, because it's very important for your body to get rest as well as working out. But my goal was not really to get stronger. I mean, I was, but essentially my goal was to create a habit where every day, at least Monday through Friday, I worked out to the point where I got my heart rate up, because I know that that's something that is essential for staying healthy, is to get your heart rate up at least once a day. So that was my goal. And I kind of just knew that everything else would follow that. If I focused on just doing an exercise video, getting my heart rate up, that obviously I'm going to reap other benefits as far as having more energy, feeling better, getting stronger, eventually like losing weight. So that's what I did. I started exercising at the end of January, and I've continued to this day, which is really nice, and I'm so glad that I did. I have worked up into a routine where I'm comfortable now with exercising even while I'm pregnant. The cool thing about the Grow with Joe channel on YouTube is that she also has a playlist, like a pregnancy playlist, and it has all the videos on there that are safe for pregnancy. So I've been doing those videos. I kind of just shifted into that. And so instead of doing any strength training with weights and stuff like that, which I know I could still kind of do a little bit, but for the most part I'm just focusing on cardio and getting my heart rate up still every day, Monday through Friday. In my everyday life, I am already pretty consistent with taking my vitamins and stuff, but what I did do was I went online and I got a good quality prenatal. So I added that to my vitamin intake. I also made sure that I was drinking more water, and I kind of just focused on the foods that I was putting in my body and trying to, for the most part, make sure that what I was eating was going to fuel my body the right way. And that's just a plus in general, whether you're trying to conceive or not, is to like really just like think of the foods that you're putting in your body, and is this going to fuel me the right way, or is this going to make me crash later on? I eventually ordered some red raspberry leaf tea, like the loose leaves, and I started drinking 16 ounces of red raspberry leaf tea a day. Red raspberry leaf tea is essentially supposed to help your uterus become strong, and I'm sure there are other health benefits. I don't know what they are. Maybe I should have Googled them, but I didn't. So anyways, I've just also known from my past pregnancies that is just something that I would typically drink. So I was doing 16 ounces of red raspberry leaf tea a day. At some point during my cycle, I don't remember when it was, but I did go to a chiropractor and I got adjusted. And I also asked him to adjust my uterus, which I know is something that is not ever talked about. And honestly, for a long time, I didn't even know that that was a practice that existed, or like that they even adjusted the uterus. I didn't learn about that until we lived in Belize, and I had been to a chiropractor that does that. And so I know that it's very hard to find a chiropractor that will adjust the uterus, and it's something that I don't think that they even advertise that they do. I think you have to ask for it. So a chiropractor that we love going to in our area, I asked him about it, and he said that he actually does adjust the uterus, and essentially it's just kind of checking the uterus to see if it's tilted or not. I don't know if there's been studies done on whether that can affect fertility or not. I have kind of heard from one side that it can affect your ability to get pregnant if your uterus is tilted or whatever. But when I was talking to my chiropractor about it, he was kind of also saying like hasn't really been studied. He doesn't really know how much it affects your ability to get pregnant and whatnot. So, but I kind of just figured, well, I might as well dot all my I's and cross all my T's. So I asked him to go ahead and check my uterus, and so he did that. So this one's gonna sound really interesting, but on cycle day 4 of my period, I warmed up some apple cider vinegar and I dipped a rag in it, soaked a rag in it, and then, well, it wasn't dripping, I had to squeeze it out, but then I put that warm apple cider vinegar rag on my stomach for about 15 to 20 minutes. It sounds crazy, it was definitely stinky, but that's something that I did when I was trying to get pregnant with, I think with Cadence or Xander. I was told by another chiropractor that was something you can do to try to help boost your chances of getting pregnant. And so this time around, I just kind of pulled out all the stops. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, we haven't officially tried, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a hard time getting pregnant, but I'm just gonna do everything that I possibly can to set us up for the best chances of getting pregnant the first cycle. So that is what I did. Obviously, I can't tell you whether it works or not. Like I said, I've heard some people talk about how that really helped them. Like that they were having trouble getting pregnant, and then they did that apple cider vinegar on their lower belly, essentially, I guess, over your uterus, and then they were able to get pregnant. But that's also something that's not really ever talked about, and I don't think any studies have been done. But you really can't hurt from putting apple cider vinegar on your stomach anyway. I know that apple cider vinegar in general has a lot of health benefits to it, so there's that little thing that I tried. I also have some progesterone cream that was left over from when I was pregnant with Xander. I knew that in the past with Cadence and Xander, I think my progesterone levels were a little low. I didn't get them tested this time around before trying to conceive, but I kind of just figured since I have the cream left over, I might as well use it. So I did start using it before we were trying to conceive. I will put it on the screen because I can't remember right now, but there are certain cycle days to use your progesterone cream, and then you have to stop. So I applied the progesterone cream 2 times a day, once in the morning, once at night, for those designated days, and then I stopped that. And then when my period was done and I was getting close to ovulating, I was taking the Easy at Home ovulation test strips, and I was using, I think it's called the Pre-Mom app or something, where you can actually take a picture of your test strip and put it on that app, and it just helps you track how close you are getting to ovulating and stuff like that. I didn't keep the ovulation test strips like I did last time we were trying to get pregnant. I think this is when I was trying to get pregnant with Xander, our baby number 3. According to the app, it looks like that I ovulated on cycle day 12. Well, cycle day 12 or 13. During the 2-week wait before I could take any pregnancy tests, I wasn't really doing any symptom tracking. I honestly can't tell you that I had any symptoms that really gave me an indication of whether I was pregnant or not. And just life was so busy during that time, thankfully, I guess, that I didn't have any feelings of whether I would see a positive pregnancy test or not. Whereas in the past, I would have had different symptoms that I would kind of already know before I would test that I was pretty much pregnant. So this time around, I really had no idea what was going on. So now we're going to be pulling out the notebook, and I'm going to show you all of the pregnancy tests that I took. I took my first pregnancy test at 8 DPO, and I didn't really see a line. It was pretty much a negative, but at 9 DPO when I took a test, that's when I saw a very, very faint line, and I kind of got excited. If you saw my video finding out I'm pregnant, then you would see the tests and stuff, but I'm going to show you up close so you can kind of see the progression. It was different this time than when I tried for my 3rd baby. I still have those tests in here. When I was trying for my 3rd baby, the progression got darker, faster, I feel like, than this time around. And so when I was taking my test this time around, every day just to see that the line was only slightly getting darker kind of concerned me for a while. So this is what the pregnancy test progression looked like this cycle. 8 DPO, there was no line. 9 DPO, there was a super faint line, and then 10 DPO, it got a little darker, and with each day that I tested, it was getting a little darker up until 16 DPO, and then it was like, bam, there it is. But this was very different for me because it is such a slow progression. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Those are the things that I did before trying to conceive. We did get pregnant on the first cycle, so I'm very thankful for that. I think with all of my other babies, it always took us at least 2 cycles or more to get pregnant. So I hope that there is something in this video that helps you or gives you an idea of something maybe you want to try, or even just reassures you with the whole slow pregnancy test progression, because I totally looked on YouTube like pregnancy tests and stuff and the progression lines because I was worried, like I said, about how slow it was, like the test was getting darker, it was just super slow. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I do plan on making some pregnancy updates. I have to figure out like how many weeks I want to cover at a time in my videos. Right now I am still pretty early. In 2 days I will be 6 weeks pregnant, so I've been feeling pretty good so far, and yeah, I will film a different video, a pregnancy update video, so stay tuned for that. And I think that's about it. If you have any questions for me, definitely leave them down below. If you're curious about anything, if there's any certain type of video you would want me to make, let me know about that too, because I am all caught up on all of my filming and editing, so I'd love some ideas. And I think that's about it. I will see you guys in my next video.